Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins game review. I'll be honest with this one right up front. This is not the entire game review. They're playing on the West Coast against Oakland, so I'm not staying up till 12 o'clock to watch the entire game, but I've watched 6.5 innings of it. I have some opinions about it, so I'm going to share them with you. I think that's why you come here most of the time anyways, just to listen to what I have to say about the game, and I want to know what you guys have to say about the game too. Leave them down in the comments below. But we are going to be talking about some interesting things today. First off being, if the Twins lose this game, because I'm not doing the full game review, I will be very disappointed. Not only because they are playing Oakland, which is one of the worst teams in the league, but also, it's like they're just too good to lose, especially with their bullpen right now. They're doing really well. So I don't think they're going to lose, but if they do, I'm not going to make another video. We'll just have to talk about it in the comments below. But let's stay with that same topic. I mentioned this in the Cleveland series, before the Cleveland series, or the first game in that series, whatever. 6 series in a row were going to be played against teams that were 500 or below. The next time they will play, the Twins will play a team that is above 500, is on June 3rd. That is literally half a month away. It is May 16th. So, and that's against the Blue Jays, who are only like 18 and 17 going into tonight. So, really, that could change too. The Twins are a good baseball team, and yeah, they're playing some bad baseball teams, but if they can continue to beat bad baseball teams, that's all that matters until the playoffs, and then anything can happen, as we know. So, let's talk about this game. Specifically, I have a couple of things with the offense. One, I like Gary Sanchez. He's done really well for me, or for the Twins, and he's impressed me a little bit. So, I was not a huge fan when we signed him. I was actually on the board of saying, yeah, let's just trade him to, like, we got him from the Yankees for Kiner Falefa. I was like, let's get rid of him. Let's just, send him right back out the door. But I've grown to like him, and here's why. I tweeted this. I'm not sure if it's the case. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This has nothing to do with the game itself, but baseball in general. I think since baseball stats are down, slugging, I guess, I don't know if on base percentage, all those like metrics that are like advanced that the normal baseball fan necessarily wouldn't know. Not that slugging is super advanced, but basically everything is down this year, specifically slugging, and what I think is that doesn't affect players like Gary Sanchez, Joey Gallo, Miguel Sano. I know he's been hurt. But it doesn't necessarily affect those players because power doesn't need help to get the baseball over the fence. Yes, it will help sometimes, of course, like opening day when Gary Sanchez should have had a walk-off home run. It helps, and sometimes you're going to get lucky. But for the most part, power doesn't need help to get the ball over the fence. And like the humidifier supposedly does, is cut the ball down 10% or 10 feet or something like that when it's colder, less or more humid, less humid, whatever it is. And it's the opposite. It will go 10 feet further when it is more humid or less humid, whatever it is. So I think that Gary Sanchez is one of those players who just doesn't need that help. And since he is doing really well, like extra base hit wise, that power, like that is similar, every single year, but now it is more amplified because everyone else is doing worse because the ball or because the conditions or whatever it is that they did. So I just wanted to point that out. He hit a home run tonight, and that's why I bring that up. And he had an extra base hit. He had a double. 13 of his 20 hits this season are extra base hits. That is insane. I think it was his 4th home run. Gosh darn, now I have to check. Let's go to plays, and let's go to this. Gary Sanchez hit his 3rd home run. So that means he has, 10 extra base hits this year? 10 doubles? Is that true? That's a lot. That's a lot. So I'm all on board the Gary Sanchez train. That's what I'm most excited about. And I don't think it'll be sustainable. What is he batting? Can I see what he's batting? He's batting 220. And honestly, that's pretty good. I will take that. I will take 220 all year if he can continue to hit extra base hits, drive in some runs in the middle spot, because with the averages just being down across baseball, that measures up, I think, to what we would expect from him. You know, he was batting .200 with 25 home runs. Yankees liked him for that reason. Bring him to the Twins. I know it's a little bit more of a pitcher's ballpark, but bring him to the Twins where he has that power. Well, there you go. That is what I will take. I would love to see him, you know, get the average up a little bit, but that's not what we can expect from him. So good for him. And enough talking about Gary Sanchez. What I really want to talk about as well, the other part of this, is Royce Lewis and Byron Buxton. Royce Lewis got another hit tonight. What is he? He is 1 for 2, 2 runs, and a walk. He drew his first walk in the major leagues tonight. But the point is that he scored both runs. He's making an impact. And this is going to be fun to watch all season, is him getting on base. He's got speed, so he can steal some bases. I don't think we've seen that yet. But he's got some speed, and Byron Buxton driving him in. Those are going to be fun moments to watch this season. I was thinking about this before he got driven in by Byron Buxton tonight. I said, I don't like Lewis down in the 9 spot or the 8 spot. I want to see him up at, second. And honestly, then I would like to see Buxton in third, and I think you could bat like a Rise leadoff or somebody else. I don't care. Polanco could probably bat leadoff. Whoever you're feeling at the time, I guess Polanco or Arise probably make the most sense. I'd love to see Lewis in 2, Buxton in 3. That would be my ideal scenario, because then you get guys on and Buxton can hit them home and just helps his MVP chance. But I love that. That's what I want to see more of this season. The other thing I've noticed, by the way, Lewis is batting .294 in the 7th inning of this game, so he'll probably get one more at bat. But .294, his OPS is .785. That is pretty good. Obviously, Buxton's is like 1.02, but that's pretty good for a guy who's played 15 games in the major leagues. It's great. Honestly, I'll make a video about this at some point. Correa is going to be sitting on the bench. Hot take. I don't think so. I think Lewis will probably somewhat DH, but I think you have to keep Lewis up here. I think you do. Miranda will probably get sent down, and honestly, I don't care. Throw Correa at first base. I throw somebody at first base. One of the two. They both just need to be playing every day. And I probably back Correa fourth in that scenario that I mentioned earlier. Or Lewis 1, Correa 2, Buxton 3. We can talk about that in a different video. But the point being, the last point I want to make about this game is what I notice in the swing paths of these guys. So almost every game, even on the Grand Slam, Lewis is not trying to hit a home run. He is trying to have a flat barrel in the zone, but when the ball bounces off of it, he's going to get out front or whatever, he's able to hit a line drive. That's what he's trying to do. I haven't watched Buxton as closely as I probably should have, or as I have in the past. I think he used to be that way, where he would just hit line drive, line drive, line drive. It was maybe 2019 when he had like double after double after double after double. And honestly, I think doubles are more impressive than home runs because, one, the speed factor is a little bit of a help because you're fast and you can get an extra base when you don't necessarily are granted that. But a home run is just a long out if the fence isn't there, Maybe that's a hot take. But, not maybe Buxton's. Buxton's hitting him like 400 feet. But for the most part, they're just long outs if the fence wasn't there. So the way I see that Lewis is swinging the bat, and it's very flat, it's very line drive heavy. I love that. And I think Buxton has gone away from that and gotten into that more, arc to try to hit home runs. Half of Buxton's hits are home runs. And that's great. That's great. Like, I'm not upset about that at all. But the problem is it's Byron Buxton. I think we all know what he's capable of, and I think that he should be hitting more line drives. And I'm not saying he shouldn't, because what he's doing is working. But if he's hitting more line drives, he's probably going to get on base more, give more guys a chance. Home runs are momentum killers. That's also a saying. Not saying that that is the case. But when you look at Lewis and then you look at what Buxton can do, yeah, you would love to see him just hit the ball and get on base. Now, the contrary to that is if half of Byron Buxton's hits are home runs, he should continuously do that. what that's saying is he's a three true outcomes player. Either strikes out, walks, or hits a home run. And that's not entirely the case again. I know, like, he doesn't strike out that much. It's like 30% of the time. And he doesn't, walk that much. What I'm saying is he's either going to hit a home run or he's going to get out. So, like, when he does that, when he hits a home run, he's obviously making good contact. And he's making good contact more often than not. But I'd love to see him just make more contact and get more base hits. That's just my opinion, and I'm sure we'll see that more so throughout the year. Just early in the season, though, I love seeing him hit home runs. I want to see him hit home runs. But I also think it's not part of his game to only hit home runs. Maybe that's a hot take, too. Full of hot takes in this video. I just want to see him get on base and give other guys a chance to hit more runs. Get more runs. That's the point of the game. I love home runs, but I just want to see guys run around. Also, last point, I know this video is getting long, and it wasn't really about this game specifically. It was just about the Twins in general. But Gary Sanchez is 2 for 3. He's batting right now, and he grounds out. Okay, so he's 2 for 4. But still, that's a good night for him. That's a good night. So hopefully the Twins can hold on to this 3-1 lead here in the 8th inning. But I'm going to go to sleep right after I post this, so I do appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow for probably a very similar thing, because I don't want to stay up till 12 o'clock to watch the end of the game, because I have to work in the morning. So I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep, but I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.